Let me ask you something. How many times have you felt super motivated to change your life, only to quit a week later? You know that feeling. Maybe you watch an inspiring video, or you read a powerful quote, and suddenly you're ready to conquer the world. You tell yourself, this is it. From now on, I'm going to be consistent. And then, 2 days later, the motivation is gone. You're back on the couch, scrolling again, wondering what went wrong. We've all been there. You, me, everyone. And that's why today we're going to talk about the real difference between motivation and discipline. Because once you understand this difference, you'll finally see why motivation fades, but discipline lasts. So let's start with motivation. Motivation is like that friend who shows up to the party, loud, hyped, and full of energy. They get you excited, they push you into action, but they also leave early. Motivation is emotional. It's a burst of energy that makes everything feel possible. That's why it feels amazing when we get it. The problem is, emotions don't last. Just like happiness comes and goes, motivation comes and goes too. Think about it. How many times have you promised yourself to wake up early because you felt inspired the night before? But when the alarm rings at 6 a.m., the motivation is gone. So here's the truth. Motivation is not reliable. It can start the fire, but it can't keep it burning. Now let's talk about discipline. Discipline is not flashy. It's not exciting. In fact, it's kind of boring. Discipline is like that quiet friend who doesn't say much, but is always there when you need them. Discipline is showing up whether you feel like it or not. It's doing the workout even when you're tired. It's studying even when you'd rather play games. It's sticking to your plan, not because you're motivated, but because you said you would. And that's the key. Discipline is a choice, not a feeling. See, motivation is emotion-driven. Discipline is decision-driven. Motivation asks, do I feel like it? Discipline says, it doesn't matter how I feel. I do it anyway. Here's where most of us get stuck. We wait for motivation to show up before we take action. We say things like, I'll start when I feel ready. But the truth is, you're never going to feel ready. Waiting for motivation is like waiting for perfect weather. You can't control when it comes. Sometimes it shows up, but most of the time it doesn't. But discipline is like building your own shelter. Rain or shine, you're protected because you built the habit. That's why people who rely only on motivation fail, while people who develop discipline succeed. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, discipline sounds great, but how do we actually build it? Let's break it down. First, start small. Don't try to change your entire life overnight. Start with one small action you can do daily, like reading 1 page, doing 5 push-ups, or journaling for 2 minutes. Second, make it non-negotiable. Treat this action like brushing your teeth. You don't debate it, you just do it. Discipline grows when you remove the option to quit. Third, focus on consistency, not intensity. Motivation pushes you to go hard for a few days. Discipline pushes you to stay consistent for months and years. It's better to do a little every day than a lot once in a while. Fourth, use motivation as a bonus, not the fuel. Think of motivation as a spark. If it shows up, great, use it. But don't depend on it. Discipline is the wood that keeps the fire going when the spark is gone. So here's the truth we all need to accept. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. If you wait for motivation, you'll only make progress when you feel good. But if you build discipline, you'll make progress no matter how you feel. And the crazy part is this. When you're disciplined, motivation eventually comes back. Once you build momentum, you start to feel motivated again. But this time, it's not temporary. It's fueled by real progress. So the next time you catch yourself waiting for motivation, remember this. Motivation is the visitor. Discipline is the roommate. Motivation knocks on your door once in a while. Discipline lives with you day after day. If you want real results, stop chasing motivation. Start training discipline. That's how we change. Not just for a week, but for life. Now here's the challenge. Pick one small thing today. Doesn't matter what it is. Maybe a push-up, maybe a page, maybe just making your bed. But do it and repeat it tomorrow. That's discipline, because at the end of the day, motivation fades, but discipline stays.